There's a place I used to know, the seed I used to sow.
How then do we as a community expect to advance, expect to attain political advancement if we do not put Allah Ta'ala before everything else? Our real problem as a community, globally, is not persecution, but that our real problem as a community globally, and I believe in many local contexts, is an apathy or a type of disengagement that is born largely out of irrelevance. We have to look back at our own historical legacy as a community, where nobody's ever brought the truth, except that there will be people who will oppose it. Differentiate, understand the difference between our sphere of concern and our sphere of influence. Are we on the truth? And are we embodying the truth? And are we living the truth? What are we concerned about, and what are we able to impact? Inevitably, we'll have to be ready for opposition. The greatest threat to religion in any society is not persecution, but apathy born of irrelevance. We have to realize that the entire thing begins with us as individuals first, The greatest threat is when people of that religious community begin to disengage and stop caring because of an irrelevance of the religious discourse, or because of an irrelevance of what is being said in the name of religion. That there are certain unique and obviously very difficult realities that the French Muslim community is facing. So for us, the bar has been raised very high. The standard by which we are to be measured as a community is a very, very high standard.
I can give them all I have. I'm so much stronger. They would need to listen to what I have to say. Yeah, there's the
American Muslim challenge is largely to do with geopolitical questions. Dr. Abdullah bin Bayya, a great scholar of our time, he said that Muslims in the West are between three choices: total assimilation, total isolation, or calculated integration. Wherever you find good, establish yourself there. Muslims would go to a place historically, they first would become accepted by the people, and that may take a really long time. And then they would become beloved by the people of that society. They would become indispensable. The society could not do without them. Like they say, think globally, act locally. As Muslims, we follow someone who Allah said, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَىٰ رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. So your concern is for what? إِلَىٰ عَالَمِينَ. We're saying things about the disproportionate consumption efficiency, global warming, climate change. We have to care about all of that. So if I live in Chicago and I'm only worried about Burma, and I'm watching the TV worried about Burma, and I'm not doing anything about people being killed in the streets of Chicago, my sphere of concern and sphere of influence have become conflated. You won't succeed until you're able to reconcile between things that appear to be irreconcilable. Hyper-legalism to where all we're talking about is rules. Halal, haram, do this, don't do this, do this, don't do that. Without a meaningful conversation about spiritual wellness, without a meaningful conversation about how to actually develop a meaningful relationship with Allah Azza wa Jalla. A Muslim boy, a lad, comes into the masjid, says to the Imam, I have a girlfriend. And Imam says, haram. He already knows it's haram. The boy already knows it's haram, so he hasn't given him a solution. But the discourse is one of what? Halal, haram, halal, haram, without a solution. If all you're going to tell me is haram, and I already know it's haram, why go? Imam Malik said, whoever studies legalism, studies law, without studying spirituality, will have corruption in their religion. But he said also, whoever studies spirituality and does not study law will be deviant. But a person who gathers those two, they will realize the correct way.